everyone, good morning. So I am in Brooklyn, about to take the Brooklyn Bridge over to Manhattan, and then after Manhattan we're gonna go to the Bronx. So I'm a little hyper right now just because I have my coffee. So I'm a little hyper right now. How you guys doing this morning? So today is freezing. It's brick. That's what we call it here when it's really cold. It's matte brick. That's what we say. So it's about 37 degrees. So it's very cold today. Not really that empty. There's some traffic piling up now. So we're getting there. So I'm gonna be pretty much taking this all the way to the Brooklyn Bridge. And after that, I will get on the FDR. And then make our way into the Bronx. I'm good. I'm very hyper right now. I'm making my way to my mom's house. We're gonna chill for a little bit, hang out at her house for today. Yeah, it's very cold today, like freezing. And I think there's gonna be a snowstorm coming in. So that's the thing with the weather here. It's never like a guarantee, just because sometimes by the time the snow comes to us, it turns into rain. So it's like you never know if you're really gonna get snow or if you're gonna get rain. So they're saying we're gonna get a snowstorm. So we'll see what happens, if it really does come or not. And it's like freezing. I have a coat on, but my legs are freezing right now. So, it's starting to get kind of back to normal a little bit. People are going to work and everyone's driving everywhere now. So it's kind of going back to some normalcy a little bit. But yeah. It's not as much traffic as it was before, but there's still traffic. So I'm passing Brooklyn Navy Yard, so Wegmans is right here. So now we're gonna just turn here and get on, and just continue it and get onto the Brooklyn Bridge. So we're going the toll-free route, just because everything is becoming a toll here. We'll see what happens. So the first person has gotten vaccinated in Queens. It was like a nurse in Queens. So she got vaccinated. So now all we have to do is wait and see what happens. Wait and see whether there's a headline that says, first person to be vaccinated dies from vaccination. So hopefully that's not the case, and hopefully we're good. So we'll see what happens. Now it's just a waiting game. only thing I'm noticing about this dash holder is that once I like go over a bump, oh my god, this thing like goes crazy and kind of undoes itself. Oh. So how are you guys today? How's everything? How's life? Are you guys excited about the holidays or not? Because I'm like, I feel like this, I'm like, what is Christmas anymore? What is that? I don't know what that is. Here it's like it's not going to be celebrated. Nobody's going to be doing anything, you know. I don't know if you guys saw the newspaper that I posted, I think yesterday, about Como Grinch, and that was so funny. So yeah, I don't really feel like, I mean, at least you're saving some money. It's Christmas presents, because you don't gotta get people Christmas presents if you're not gonna see them, so that's a good thing there. So I'm actually under the Manhattan Bridge, so that was just the Manhattan Bridge that I just went over, well, under, and now we're gonna go into the Brooklyn Bridge. You guys are gonna get a nice view here. And that's what it looks like in the morning. So I've done this route many times, very often. So if you guys actually look through my page, you'll see me going through this route a lot of times. But it's, even though it's the same view, it's always a different view in a way, just because there's something different. It's the light is setting, or the sun is rising, or you know, it's raining, it's cloudy or something. So it's always different, even though it's the same view every time. Good morning. So as you can see, the sun is rising, so it's kind of giving the bridge a little bit of some nice lighting and some of the buildings. So we're just gonna go in here, get on the FDR. So, and then you can see the bridge again and the sun rising. I don't think I have done a morning one in a while, just because of what's been going on with COVID. So this is kind of refreshing, a refresher, if you will. And then you're also going to see Manhattan Bridge in Williamsburg. It's a sunny day, but it's very fucking cold. It's like freezing today. And then that's the thing, that we're not really used to cold weather. We don't really get weather that's under 30. Like, that's not New York City. Usually, like, this will be the coldest it will get. I think there has been days where it has dropped to like 20, but it never has dropped before under 20 or anything like that. It's like, that's kind of like where we stay as far as cold days. And I'm just going under the the Manhattan Bridge, and then you're gonna see the Williamsburg Bridge. So now I'm in Manhattan. For those of you who are just joining, just crossed the Brooklyn Bridge, and now I am in Manhattan. So you can see the sun just kind of setting, and well, it's not setting, rising, and it's just hitting the buildings just right. So it looks like a beautiful sunny day, but it's actually freezing. So we're already hitting traffic. That's cool. And this is actually more traffic than usual, because the times that I have done this route, like, it's not this much traffic this early on. Like, the traffic will be more up on 96th Street, up there, like once you kind of hit past 96, like more towards Harlem, when it turns into the Harlem River Drive. That's usually where the traffic starts. This is weird that it's already traffic here. Or it could just be an accident. Somebody already had an accident. And that's usually how it is here. Like, people don't... I will say that, like, maybe 80-70% of New Yorkers do not know how to drive. Or they don't care. They don't give a shit. So as you can see, like, you can see the Williamsburg Bridge right over there, kind of like peeking out of all of this. So you see major storm ahead. Plan ahead, avoid unnecessary travel. So storm expected Wednesday through Thursday. So we'll see if that actually happens. Because sometimes, that's the other thing, like, sometimes we don't prepare. Because sometimes they will say it will be a major storm, oh my god, and it was snow for like 3 minutes, and then that was the whole snowstorm. And then there are times where we get like snow out of nowhere, and it will snow the whole damn day. So it's like, it's always a hit or miss with storms here. They're not normal here. And there's the Williamsburg Bridge. I do have a follower named Dave. He has a book. He has actually been one of the few civilians that actually have climbed all of the bridges in New York City. So usually he posts mostly when I do like bridge videos. That's usually when he pops out. So now we're under the Williamsburg Bridge. It's like, it's either I turn on the heat and I get hot, or I turn it off and I get cold like within 5 minutes. So you guys are also gonna see the Empire State Building. After these row of buildings, then you guys are gonna see it. So you guys are getting a little bit of a view today during the morning hours. So right now it's 7:54 in the morning, and it's about 40. It went up to 40 degrees now, or maybe just my car temperature is not working correctly. I think it's gonna be like in the 30s the whole day, so we'll see. Yeah, and that's usually, you can tell there's gonna be like really cold weather is when it gets really hot and then it just gets cold. So you can always kind of predict something is gonna happen. So on Sunday it was like, during the day it was like almost in the 60s, and then it like kind of dropped at night. So once you know that if our weather gets in the 50s, 60s, that means like the rest of the week is going to be freezing. Like that's kind of our pattern here. So there's the Empire State Building. So it always looks tiny in the video, but it's actually really, really close up, and it's really like in your face in person. It looks so little tiny, tiny little beanie, but it's actually really right there. And I just want to touch base on the last live video. So if you guys did watch the Hudson Yards video, I did curse, and I was cursing someone out in the comments. So for those of you who I was not cursing out to, I do apologize for that. It wasn't meant to you. It was meant for whoever is Omar. So I've always said that there are going to be some language in some of the videos depending on what goes on. Like if there's usually a guy that's always standing on this highway and he's just frozen all the time, and you have to say what the fuck is going on. So it's like it's gonna be out of nowhere sometimes, and I've always made the disclaimer that is going to happen. But if you're going to attack me for my language, don't follow me, because I will attack you back and I will curse you the fuck out in the video. So let that just be known. If you don't like certain language, it can happen. It would be very brief, very quickly. I will make it painless. We are New Yorkers. We curse a lot because things are always happening here that you just have to say what the hell or what the fuck. Like it happens. And even if you're just visiting, you're looking at things like, what is going on here? So if you are planning to go to the Hudson Yards, the service sucks there. It sucks. So that's why I didn't get to finish the live video, because once I entered the mall, it was like cut off. So I will be posting videos of the Hudson Yards. It's absolutely gorgeous the way they did the whole mall and the way they did the vessel and everything, but it gets absolutely crowded. Oh my god, it was Times Square crowded, like Times Square before COVID crowded. Like that's how crowded it was. So it just became the new Times Square. So I would suggest, like, if you are planning on going, try to go on a weekday. Do not go on a weekend, because I noticed that it was mostly New Yorkers that were going down there. So we'll see. I wouldn't suggest you come to New York anytime right now, because they are kind of threatening to do another shutdown. So I'm not sure if you would kind of get stuck here or if you would really enjoy New York City. If you are visiting, like let's say if you are here now, take an opportunity while all the New Yorkers are at work and go to all like the major, tourist attractions now during the weekdays. So if you are planning on the Hudson Yards, then yeah, do it on a weekday. And try to, you can do, the only bad thing is that it closes really early. It closes like at 7 o'clock. So I do not know if the lights are turned off after 7 o'clock or if they stay on. So yeah, I didn't last long after that video. We left after 10 minutes because we went to use the bathroom, we left. It was too crowded. Like, I was getting annoyed from how crowded it was. You know, you get used to being kind of like alone and not being in these crowded places. And it's annoying because a lot of the places that I love that were always empty, now they're starting to get crowded, like the Croton Gorge Park, that waterfall park that I always go to. And, you know, it's definitely it's always been a quiet place. It's always been ridiculous. And then, yeah, it's never been like, it's never been like that at all. It's never been this crowded before. Like, all these hidden places are now getting rediscovered, I guess, by New Yorkers, and now they're overcrowding it. Yeah, you would not be disappointed if you come, but you're not gonna get the whole city at its finest right now, because a lot of things are closed and some places look a little deserted. So most places in Manhattan look very deserted. There's a lot of places that shut down. They're permanently closed. So you're not going to get it at 100%. But the good thing is that you will be able to kind of take advantage that there's not many tourists here at the time. Because usually our medium is 67 million tourists a year. So you're kind of getting the city to yourself, because we're all gonna be at work or at home. Yeah, I curse a lot depending on the situation. So if the situation calls for me cursing, then it's going to happen. That's the only way I could describe how crowded it was. It was crowded as fuck. Like, that's why. And this guy got so upset, and then he's getting mad at me for cursing, and then he starts cursing me out on the video, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. You know, I've always said there's a disclaimer on the page that says there will be graphic language. You know, you can mute it, you can do whatever you want with that, but it will happen, and it will happen out of nowhere. And, you know, if you don't like that, you can always unfollow. I'm not going to hold it to you. You can mute the video, whatever it is, but do not attack me, because I will curse you the fuck out. Don't attack me. Like, in true New York nature, I will attack you back. Like, don't play with me. Yes, I have no filter. I tried to show you guys exactly that's why I like going live, because you would never know what the hell to expect. If you look through all the live videos and you actually watch the live videos, there will be some crazy things. There will be crazy things that just happen. Like, you know, there was a guy that got pulled over, or there will be a guy just standing there. There will be a guy that's completely naked just running across the street. That has happened before on the live video. And that's why I love going live, just because you never know what to expect. And you see, I went live, and you guys are seeing the city as the sun is rising, as the city is waking up. And I love to show you guys the no filter, New York with no filter. And thank you guys for appreciating that, because that's what I want to show you. Exactly. If you don't curse, because there's too much things that happen here. And it's like, I had a friend who came from Chicago. He was very straight and narrow. He never cursed, never did any of that. Like, he was always looking at me like, oh my God, you have a filthy mouth. And I'm like, thank you. And he kind of, by the time he was leaving back to Chicago, he was cursing everybody. He was cursing. I was driving, but he was the one that was getting mad because he was about to miss his flight. And he was literally cursing everyone. And I'm like, wait, what happened? He's like, the New York City got me. I'm cursing. My grandmother will be disappointed. You know, he was like a very strict Italian. So now I am crossing into the Bronx, guys. So as we're kind of doing an update now, as you all know, New York City is, well, the South Bronx is getting gentrified. So they just finished 2 of the towers. Now they're on to the 3rd and the 4th. So I will say, what is the best time of year to visit New York? Yeah, Christmas is kind of where New York comes alive the most. But you have to deal with the crowds. That's the only problem. But if you are here during the weekday, then I would suggest you go during the weekday. The weekday is not that crowded, because that's the thing. On weekends, New Yorkers themselves make their way downtown and actually start, because you know we don't have nothing to do with our kids, so we just take them into. So the other thing with, I always say, it depends on the person, on what they like, because every season there's something different that New York offers. So you know, our off season will probably be like January and February. That's kind of like our off season. We don't really do shit those 2 months. And then kind of starting March and on, that's usually when like events start happening, things start happening. So I'm gonna just take the Grand Concourse. And with spring, yes, you can, like, you know, see the cherry blossoms. You can see just New York coming alive as far as nature wise. In the summer, we do have more activities, so you can do like kayaking on the Hudson or kayaking under the Brooklyn Bridge. There's like different things that you can see, but it's very hot because we have asphalt everywhere, so it just kind of absorbs the heat and it makes it even hotter than what it really is. So if you're not a heat type of person and you don't like the summer like that, you know, you like to be in the AC during the summer, then I would not suggest you come here during the summertime, because you will be sweating your ass off and your balls off. If you want, I like spring and fall if you're going to go around exploring things, because then it will be cool enough for you to have the ability to walk everywhere and actually explore things without you feeling too hot and feeling too cold. In the winter time, yes, Christmas time is when it's, if you love Christmas, then yes, visit New York for Christmas, because you will find different places. Like, I noticed that as the years have progressed, like New York City has been trying to figure out how to make more Christmassy time. I remember when I was younger, we used to have like, there will be blocks everywhere. It will be kind of something lit up, whether it's like a tree on this corner, a tree on that corner, light poles, something will always be lit up. And that kind of like, it stopped like somewhere, I want to say like 2004 and on, and it looks like the city's trying to revise that again, where they have more kind of showing everything again, and kind of more Christmas lights everywhere. So if you do come here for Christmas time, definitely go to Snug Harbor. Definitely go, whether you're coming in the Christmas, fall, summer, spring, Snug Harbor in Staten Island is definitely worth going. If you are coming for Christmas, then yeah, Snug Harbor, Diker Heights, the Christmas house in the Bronx. You know, now the Hudson Yard, they just did those lights this year, so I'm pretty sure they're going to continue it into the next year. And then, you know, the Macy's windows, Fifth Avenue, and also, you know, the Rockefeller Center and the castle that's on Saks Fifth Avenue. So you do have a lot of options to go, so you can probably get all of this done within a week. So if you are planning on coming, you can come for a week. As of right now, I'm not sure how good it is, because right now we just closed indoor dining again, so everything is kind of takeout. So there's no more sitting down to eat, so everything is takeout. So yeah, you're not gonna get the best experience here, especially in the summer, in the winter time, because it's not like in the summer. At least you could go sit in a park and eat your food. Here now you have to take your shit home or walk home and eat while you're walking back home or back to your hotel, wherever you're staying. So it's a little bit annoying. Yeah, I mean, New York City, so we're noticing especially this year, a lot of people have moved out the city. A lot. Like, it's been, you know, like, I think there's 5 apartments in the building next to me that is completely empty. And then there's 2 people that moved out of my building, and they said that they're moving to I think New Jersey. There's people that are moving. Pretty much they're moving outside of the city. The city has become expensive, but now with what's going on, I've noticed that the rent has gone down. So apartments, 1-bedroom apartments that used to be like in the 2000, 1900 now went down to 1500 or 1400, depending where you're looking. So the rent has gone down. So if you're looking to move and you think New York is the best city you want to be in, and that's what was your plan all along, then this is the time to get in and lock the price that you can get it for cheaper. So it's definitely worth it if you're looking to move here. If you're not looking to move here, then, you know, I would suggest you just kind of figure out what exactly you want to do while you're here in the city before you decide when you're coming. So I'm on the Grand Concourse, for those of you who don't know where the hell I am. I am in the Bronx. I'm in the Grand Concourse. So as I've always said, the Grand Concourse is pretty much the biggest concentration of Art Deco here. So Art Deco is definitely, if you're into architecture, this is like the best kind of examples of Art Deco here. So even the courthouse is Art Deco. This guy literally has a truck horn and a Camry. So you hear that horn that sounds like a truck horn? It's not even a truck that's beeping. It's a damn Camry, a Toyota Camry. So yeah, so just to answer your question, I would suggest you, if you are looking to come to New York, you just kind of got to figure out what exactly you want to do while you are in New York, and then plan your trip based on what you're looking to do. So if you like the summertime and you want to enjoy kind of New York City in the summer, you want to have picnics in the Central Park, and that kind of appeals to you, and going to our very dirty beaches like Coney Island, and yeah, the summertime is best for you. But if you are looking to do kind of more like pictures with flowers and the cherry blossoms, and you want to enjoy your walks and stuff like that, then it will be the springtime. If you are looking for the foliage, and you're looking for something kind of like more fall themed, then yeah, come in the fall. So it's like and then if you're looking for the Christmas stuff, then come in December. So we kind of start putting our Christmas stuff up in during like the I want to say like November 30-ish. I know Diker Heights starts after Thanksgiving, so that's usually when they start turning on their lights. So, and then there's the Bronx Museum. So a lot of people that are from the Bronx don't even know that they have a museum. It's on the Grand Concourse. I should really stop drinking coffee because I'm like so hyper right now. I'm like so awake. That's my alarm. Alright guys, so I'm gonna start letting you guys go. So I hope you enjoyed your little ride with me. And thank you for the support, and thank you for being followers. Definitely share, tell your friends to come follow me so they can kind of get an idea of how New York really is with no filter. Bye guys.